My name is Brendan Smith. I am the Brewing Sailor, and this is another Hangover free review. Let's get into it. Hi everybody, welcome back to Hangover Free Reviews. This is the show that helps you moderate your booze, not your brews. I'm your host, the Brewing Sailor, Brendan Smith, and this week we're going to be reviewing Geralts Gold, the Hoppy Helles from Athletic Brewing Company, of course the Witcher beer. For those of you who are first-time watchers or unfamiliar with the show, we review beers a little bit differently. I don't just tell you whether or not I like the beer. I break it down by style according to the Beer Judge Certification Program guidelines. So each beer is judged to a specific style, so we're not judging stouts versus a Helles, for example, or a blonde versus an IPA. We do this so all the beers have a fair chance at a competition, and I think it gives you a really good idea of whether or not this is going to be a good beer you'll like based on that style. If you're a fan of this style, is it a good representation of this style? There are 5 categories. There is appearance, where you can earn 3 points, aroma, where you can earn 12, flavor, 20, mouthfeel, or how the beer feels across the tongue, is going to be 5 points, and then you can earn 10 points for the overall impression of the beer. That gives you a total possible points of 50. 25 to 30 is going to be an average beer, 30 to 35 is going to be good beer, 35 to 40, very good, 40 to 45 is a excellent beer, and you're talking about a possible medal winner. And then 45 to 50 is going to be a world-class representation of the style. You're talking about a beer that could win Best in Show. So let's dive right in, shall we? I'm not going to bother showing the can because it's just going to get blurred by the my lights anyway, and my wife is going to do amazing things with Photoshop and give you an actual picture of the can. So we're just going to pour it up in my little Pilsner glass here. I know it's a Helles, not a Pilsner, but hey, I figured German lager. Let's put it in a German lager glass. Ooh, lovely pour too. Okay, so you've got really nice clarity on that. Nice frothy white head. Golden color. Almost honey-like. And then we'll come back to that later. Hint, hint. So yeah, that looks just the way a Helles should. So we're going to give it 3 points out of 3 on appearance. Now, let's see how the beer smells. Ooh. And that's a good ooh. That's lovely. So, first whiff, I get the floral notes, but as I take a deeper breath, or a deeper inhalation, I should say, you get that really nice peach flavor that they talk about in the description. And I don't know if that's an ester from the yeast or if it is a combination of the hops or a combination of the hops and the yeast, but it's really nice whatever it's coming from. They hit on a really beautiful combination. It's a lovely smell. And then we get some sweet maltiness, I'm assuming in there from the Pilsner malt. Maybe a touch of honey again from the Munich malt, which being a Munich Helles, I'm assuming it's going to have a healthy portion of Munich malt in the grain bill. Overall, I think we're going to give that 9 out of 12 on the aroma, a very, very good aroma score. Let's see how she tastes. That's really good. So whenever I pause and let the beer sit on my tongue for a minute, you know I like it. It's a little sweet when it hits your first tongue, then it rolls across the back, and you get that wonderful peach flavor. It's really nice. It just complements this style of beer so well. And it almost just like peaches kissed with a little bit of honey from that Munich malt. And then as it rolls across the back of your tongue, you're going to finish with those hops. And in this beer, they're using Chinook, Centennial, Warrior, and Simcoe. And it just finishes with a nice, dry, crisp, even bitterness that's not overpowering. The hops in this beer are very well done. They call it a Hoppy Helles, and I was worried that that might turn into an IPL, but it really hasn't here. The hops they've chosen complement the beer very well. They don't contrast it. It's a genuinely very good beer. We're going to give it 16.75 out of 20. And yes, I can do fractions for those watching for the first time. And I have to, because if I just did whole numbers, there'd be a whole lot of beers with the same score at the end of the year when I do my top 10 list, and that would drive me nuts. So fractions it is. Moving on to mouthfeel. It's medium light. It's got a nice medium carbonation. It's effervescent, but not overly so. It's a very smooth carbonation. It's a very easy beer to drink. It rolls across your tongue nicely. So didn't lose anything there. Really, for appearance, and the way I judge is appearance and mouthfeel, you really have to work hard to lose points. Because most brewers are going to, if they're brewing to style, they're going to nail those. Flavor and aroma, you have to earn points. So flavor and aroma are much harder to really get something great out of the beer. So those are your earning points. For mouthfeel and appearance, you really have to kind of screw something up. It's more about, am I taking anything away rather than are you earning anything? Overall, like I said, I was worried when I read Hoppy Helles. I worried that, this was just going to turn into an IPL, and it really hasn't. They've stayed true to the core style and just used the hops to accentuate the style rather than dominate it. Now, the other thought I had when I heard Hoppy Helles was that my beer professor, and my first boss from Franconia Brewing Company, actually, from this glass. This is actually the first beer glass I ever got when I was a brewery employee. But they're both German Braumeisters, and I just got a chuckle of the thought of them seeing their eye twitch as they heard the term Hoppy Helles, and the Reinheitsgebot screamed in their ears. But anyway, this is a great beer. I really enjoy it. 9 out of 10 on the overall impression. It's a very well done beer. Very good job, Athletic Brewing Company. Total score 42.75 out of 50. That's gonna put it pretty close to our top 5 list of the year, if not in it. Not quite at the top, but pretty close. All right, personal observations for this beer. Usually I find, hold on, let me have a sip. Usually I find these brewery pop culture collaborations to be pretty underwhelming. I find them to be a lot more pomp and circumstance than actual substance. That isn't the case here. This is a genuinely good beer. And I actually have their regular Helles, Good Heavens Helles, in the fridge. And I'm going to do one of my new short reviews that we're going to be debuting this week. I'm going to do that one on a short review. And it's a very good beer, but it's not as good as this. This is the better beer, in my opinion. And I really like that one, but this is just a bit better. So, really a fantastic beer. Where does it fall on my personal scale? I got to tell you, as long as it's going to be on the shelves, I know it's a limited release. I don't know how long they plan to doing it. With Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher, I don't even know how long we're going to have a Witcher series. So, as long as it's on the shelves, it's going to be a regular rotation beer. It's found a fixture in my fridge. They are distributing it wide. It's the first 40-point plus beer that I've had, I think, that is distributed nationwide that I can just go to the store and get. So, yeah, I mean, $10 a 6-pack, I can get it anywhere. I can get it at Total Wine. I can't get it at Target or Kroger, but really just a fantastic beer. And, yeah, try it yourself if you haven't. I think if you like Helles's, if you like hops, if you like the peach flavor, if you like honey flavor, I really think you'll dig this beer. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. Before you go, I would like you to remind you to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and chances are you probably haven't because more than half of my viewers have not. So turn that little red button to gray, hit the alarm bell, let YouTube know you want to see my videos as soon as they drop. And of course, please leave a comment before you go. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Is there a beer you want me to review? Let me know. That's where you can do it. You can also reach me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the social medias. Thanks everybody for watching. We will see you next week where we review both really good beers from Level Beverage Collective. Wow, have they had a stunning debut, and I can't wait to talk to you about those beers. All right, everybody, let's launch ya.